Hi friends, this is a model on symmetry. In this model, I've tried to keep it simple and sober in regard to kids of the age group of maybe 8 or 9 for classes 3rd and 4th. In this model, all we're going to make them understand is how do we draw symmetric figures. Along with that, they can draw the lines of symmetry at their convenience and then check their results to understand it better. I feel symmetry is a very easy concept and we need to understand that it's simply a mirror image of a particular figure. So let's give it a try as to how this project can be used. Now this is a project where I've used a projection sheet, which is like a plastic sheet on top, and underneath that I've drawn some half figures where we can easily call a child and tell him to draw the rest of the symmetrical figure with a whiteboard marker. If you use a permanent marker, you won't be able to erase the figure, which is not the criterion here. You need to have a whiteboard marker so that you can easily erase or correct the figure whenever required. See, the first figure being a square, when we'll complete, it will form a proper square. And then you can probably ask the child to draw the lines of symmetry. Perhaps in a square, it goes through the center and then a vertical one. And since it's a square, you need to draw the diagonal as well. So you can tell the child that there are 4 lines of symmetry. So the child is pretty clear with how to draw the lines of symmetry, how to figure out. Further, you can explain the child that this is the figure where he completed and replicated the same figure and he made it into a complete figure, which is symmetry, which means that once you fold the figure into 2 halves, it will be exactly overlapped. And then we can remove the lap and check if the child has done it nearly properly. Again, we can move on to the next figure. The child can complete the triangle, and if it is an equilateral triangle, as we all know, there will be 3 lines of symmetry. And if it is an ordinary triangle, it will have only 1. That too, not necessarily. So here we are considering 3 lines of symmetry. Okay, this is for the initial to start with. And now we can erase it easily using any ordinary cloth or maybe a duster if you have it in handy, the whiteboard duster. Any duster you can use to erase it nicely so that you can move on to the next patterns. Now this thing is very reusable. See, it's all clean and gone. I've not used just the geometric figures, but I've used some more beyond this. Like we have variable figures, we have the alphabets, the geometric figures, the stars, the rhombuses, and all others. And these are their answer sides. See, this is figure 2. So similar way, we just have to cover one side of it. Tell the child to draw it as symmetrical as he possibly can with a free hand. And then check if he has drawn it right or not by pulling out the plain sheet. So the child can understand what symmetry is all about. Now this is what we're talking about showing out the angular figures. I've even used some alphabets because alphabets also have symmetric patterns. Like for instance, this is another one where we've used some butterfly, some house, and a heart shape on top. Now these are our alphabets. Same way, we tell the child to replicate this figure without probably informing him that these are alphabets. Once he completes it and replicates the figure, he realizes that it was an alphabet A exactly divided into half, and from here if he folds it, it can be overlapped and hence is very, very symmetric from the center. This is X that I've drawn from here, which again is a kind of symmetric figure which has two lines of symmetry, vertical and horizontal. Now this is something that the child may not understand initially. Once he replicates the figure, he would realize that it's a sleeping K. Since the line of symmetry was passing through the center, so I've made it the sleeping way and the child would get excited knowing it. Again, this is the alphabet B and this is the alphabet E. So once we draw these alphabets and replicate them, we'd realize that they turn out to be alphabets divided into exact half through their line of symmetry. Now just to show them the true picture, this is the real division where they're actually symmetric, if you can see. So this way the child can practice drawing symmetric figures and drawing their lines of symmetries. Even if they go wrong, they need not panic because it's just a duster away. Initially, kids have hitches regarding how would they do it or how would they not, because circle is often something that the child is not able to do away with freehand. But with this simple exercise, it can actually be fun. So here's the center as I've drawn a little mark, and you can tell them that a circle can actually have n number of lines of symmetries, because no matter from which angle you fold it, it will overlap each other exactly because the radius is uniform throughout. Basically, with this simple concept, we can give all the reasoning and the logics to the kids regarding symmetric figures and the line of symmetries. Beyond that, we have plain area that if we are drawing a particular figure, we can explain them that things like Z, they do not have symmetric pattern. Alphabets like S don't have symmetric pattern. So we can tell them about the figures which don't have symmetric pattern right here. We need not have a separate area for that. This way, this particular project can be used in variable ways to understand the concept of symmetry, making it more easier, colorful, and fun for kids. Hope you like it. Thank you.